Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're going to dive into a really powerful shift in how we think about parenting. It's called the strength switch. And really, it's a simple idea. What if we started focusing on what's right with our kids, not just on what's wrong? So just take a second and be honest with yourself. What do you zoom in on? If you're anything like me, or pretty much most parents, your attention just snaps to the problems, right? The C on the report card, the messy room, the fight with their brother. It's like it's our default setting. But what if we could actually change that? That default setting actually has a name. It's called the weakness trap. And it's this really frustrating loop that so many of us get stuck in, where we're constantly trying to fix or correct or shore up all our kids' little shortcomings. And honestly, getting pretty much nowhere. Does that sound familiar? Yeah. This trap keeps us so busy trying to fill in all the little holes in our kids' report cards or their personalities that we totally miss the parts of them that are already amazing. We end up spending all our time managing deficits instead of building on what's already there. This right here is such a great way to think about it. Imagine someone told you that for the rest of the day, you had to do everything with your non-dominant hand. Writing, eating, everything. How would that feel? It'd be awkward, exhausting, and you'd just feel clumsy and incompetent. Well, that's exactly what it feels like for our kids when we only focus on the stuff they're not good at. It's an uphill battle for everyone. So the big question is, how do we get out of this trap? Well, the answer is in the simple but honestly life-changing mental shift. It's a conscious decision to just change your focus. And this is what we call the strength switch. Now, this isn't about pretending problems don't exist, not at all. It's an active, in-the-moment tool. It's that split second where you catch yourself about to criticize the messy room, and instead, you choose to notice the awesome Lego creation in the middle of it. It's a deliberate pivot. And it all comes down to this one simple rule of thumb. Whatever we pay attention to gets bigger. Where our attention goes, our energy flows. So when we pour all our attention and energy into our child's weaknesses, what grows? Frustration, conflict, and bad feelings. But what happens if we pour that same energy into their strengths? Well, that's where you see confidence, connection, and real growth just explode. And when you look at the results side by side, it is, wow, it's night and day. A weakness focus? That's a recipe for conflict, frustration, and kids with low confidence. But a strength focus? That builds connection. It gets kids engaged. It builds resilience. I mean, research shows it's even linked to kids having higher overall life satisfaction. The difference is huge. Okay, so this all sounds great in theory, right? But how do we actually do it? Well, it all starts with knowing what you're looking for. Because spotting a true strength is a little more than just noticing something your kid is good at. There's a specific lens you have to use. See, we often get talent or skill confused with a true core strength. For example, a child might be good at math because they've had a ton of tutoring, but doing it just completely drains them. That's a skill, but it's not a strength. A true strength is something way deeper. And here is the tool that makes it all clear. The three-element filter. This is your new secret weapon. For something to be a true strength, you have to see all three of these things working together: performance, energy, and frequency. Let's break that down. Okay, first up, performance. This is the one we usually notice. It's when they just do it well. You see them excel. Maybe it's your toddler who just picks up a bat and has a perfect swing, Or the first grader who uses words like consequently, and you're like, where did you even hear that? It's a clear, repeated pattern of success. Second, and this one is so important, look for the energy. When your kid is using a true strength, they get into a state of flow. Hours feel like minutes. And here's the key. Afterward, they are buzzing. They're lit up, full of energy, not drained. Think of the kid who can draw for 3 straight hours and then comes out of their room more vibrant than when they went in. That's the clue. And finally, number 3 is frequency. This is all about choice. You don't have to nag them. There's this internal motor, this natural pull. They're just drawn to it. They choose to do it on their own over and over again because they can't not do it. It's just part of who they are. All right, so now that we know how to spot a true strength using our 3-part filter, let's look at how this new lens can totally reframe behaviors that we might otherwise see as, well, problems. This is where the magic really starts to happen. Because when you start looking for the strength behind the behavior, you change the entire dynamic of your relationship. An annoying habit can suddenly look like an emerging superpower. Let me show you what I mean with a few really cool examples. So, take this one. A mom was worried her daughter was a perfectionist or had OCD because she was always organizing things. But once she flipped the switch, she didn't see a problem anymore. She saw a child with this incredible, powerful strength for creating beauty, order, and excellence in the world. Same behavior, totally different point of view.
Or how about this story of a girl named Katie? She loved art, but she hated science. So instead of just hammering away at her science weakness, her parents helped her bring her strength of creativity to the problem. She built these amazing artistic models of the elements, and for the first time ever, she got an A on her science test. See, she didn't fix a weakness, she just leveraged a strength. And oh man, this one, I think every parent can relate to this, the endless why, but why? It can drive you absolutely crazy. But flip the switch. That's not a kid trying to annoy you. That is a child with a deep, powerful, world-changing strength of curiosity. That's the engine of all learning. What you choose to see changes everything.
So, I'll leave you with this question. Your mission, should you choose to accept it? Using that three-element filter, performance, energy, and frequency, what is just one true strength you can spot in your child today? The second you see it and name it, you flip the switch. And that one tiny shift, it can honestly change your entire parenting journey.